So we are creeping up on New Year's resolution time, and my biggest goal for 2022 is to finally purchase my first rental property. However, like so many of my clients, friends, colleagues, financing has always been my biggest hurdle, both from a cash on hand standpoint and being self-employed and showing income on paper. So today I'm sitting down with Chris Barton from Direct Mortgage Loans to hear all about a new loan program that we are both super excited about that can make my dream a reality. Hopefully, stay tuned. But Chris, thanks so much for talking to me about this loan type. Tell me about, it's called Investor Cash Flow product?
The Investor Cash Flow product.
Okay, so how can this help?
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorites because it's going to help so many people, just like you said, self-employed folks who don't show a lot of income on paper, purchase investment properties. So it's kind of plain and simple. Basically, we take projected cash flow of what the property is going to be cash flowing. If it's going to be higher than the mortgage payment, we're good to go.
What?
Simple as that.
What's the interest rate? Not to quote an exact interest rate. Obviously that varies depending on the borrower and yada, yada, yada. But just a range. What are we looking at interest rate wise on something like that?
So basically you're going to be looking at anywhere between 4.5 to 5.5.
Okay.
And that is, that's a pretty big margin. However, it's just based on the market, and that's just going to be basically a good parameter, and it's basically the handoff for not having to show all your income or employment.
Not a terrible interest rate at all for a rental property, and you just have to be cash flowing. Is there a percentage on how much you have to be cash flowing?
Yeah, so there's a couple of the specifics. If it meets 100% of the mortgage payment, you just have to have a 600 credit score, and you have to put 20% down. Okay. If it's at 85% of the mortgage payment, you have to have a 700 credit score.
Well, then you're not even cash flowing every month.
Correct.
And you're still able to get the loan.
Correct. And if you just put 25% down, we don't have to look at the cash flow. You just put 25% down, you have a 700 credit score, you got it.
So if it is going to cover 100% of the mortgage payment, and it's covering 100% or maybe even making more, because hopefully first investment property, it's going to cash flow. Are you looking at that cash flow number, that rent? How are you finding market rent?
So that is all based on what the appraiser goes out to. He'll do the rental cash flow analysis, send it back into us. I talked with the investor, and he's like, maybe 1 out of 50 will not meet that 100%. So
okay, I was going to say the majority of them in this market with the interest rate and the with how high rents have gotten. It would be hard to find one that didn't do 100%. So I've got 100%. I've got you said a 700?
600. You just need a 600 credit score, 20% down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's 20% down. Okay. So what you need cash on hand is just that.
Yep. We just got to verify where the money's coming from. And don't have to get into income or employment. Just look at your credit, where the money's coming from. It's going to be yours.
Perfect. So we know what we need to qualify then. What we were talking about is doing a home equity line of credit, because that's where the majority of our assets are in the house that we live in.
Correct.
Can you use a home equity line of credit, use the equity that's right under your roof? In this market, with how much home values have increased, a lot of people have a lot of value and equity in their home. Can you pull that out of your current home and use it for that 20% down payment?
As long as it's a verified asset, then we're good to go.
Okay, so verify the asset. All those percentages need to make sense, but for the most part, very, very cool. And then we're just looking at like closing costs.
Yeah, so closing costs, you're going to be looking, there is a origination fees on these investors, of course. You're probably looking anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000. Typical what you look at a conventional loan, plus probably about a 1% origination fee. So depending on what the house product or the price that you're looking at, probably anywhere between $4,000 to $5,000, I would say.
And you don't have to verify your income, don't have to verify assets.
No income, no employment, just got to see where the money's coming from.
Where your down payment money's coming from, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. That is so cool. Yeah. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
I think we answered a lot of my questions. On average, how much cash flow would you need the 20% down? It has to come from somewhere and be verified like every time you have a down payment.
Yep.
and then it doesn't even have to be positive. It could be just covering 100%.
It could be
or
85% or
85% or above if you have a 700 credit score.
Correct.
This is a game changer for first time for any investor, really. What do you think the best part about this product is?
My favorite is there is no limit on the amount of investment properties that you have. So this is perfect for first-time home buyers or seasoned home buyers who have a ton of investment properties already and they're hitting that cap. This is perfect for them.
That definitely, I've talked with quite a few. They're still small-time investors. They don't have a big corporation, but they're on like property 4 or 5 for rentals. They don't want to stop there.
Yeah.
And they are kind of hitting this wall where they can't move forward because of the number of properties that are in their name.
Yeah. And then we got to make sure those are cash flowing, get all the nitty-gritties of all that. So those 4 to 5 seasoned investors can get a lot of paperwork, get a lot of headaches with a conventional loan product.
Yeah.
This is peace of mind.
Awesome. Super excited about this. Is there anything you'd like to add about the investor loan?
No.
Perfect.
I think we covered it.
Well, what is the best way for people to reach you?
Yeah, my cell phone, 803-463-5449. Call or text me anytime.
Perfect.
Always
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Lauren Ragsdale with Coastal Edge Group and Keller Williams. Thanks again.
Thanks.